small steps could be the solution to preventing a chronic disease like diabetes. Joining us to talk about this is Susan Nowrouzi, a registered dietitian at Baptist Health, South Florida. Welcome to Smartlife, Susan.
Thank you.
Susan, when it comes to preventing diabetes, we're talking about type 2 diabetes, correct?
That's right. Type 2 is the one that's preventable.
What's the difference between 1 and 2 as far as overall?
Type 1 is an autoimmune, and it's your body's inability to produce insulin. So that one you cannot really prevent.
Okay.
But type 2, it can be preventable with lifestyle.
So with type 1, you're born with it in a sense, or?
Yeah, it's very genetically predisposed.
Okay.
So if you have other autoimmune, if you have a family history of type 1, you're more prone to have type 1.
Okay, so getting back to the type 2, you said that's preventable. Is food adding to the type 2 diabetes
Absolutely.
problem?
Type 2 diabetes is preventable mainly because it's your lifestyle that causes the disease to be coming on. Okay. So your weight, your diet, your inactivity, all of that impacts the chances that you're going to get diabetes. However, it also has a genetic component to it. If you have somebody in your family who has type 2 diabetes, you are more prone to get diabetes type 2. However, it doesn't mean you're going to get it for sure. If you make changes, you will not get type 2 diabetes.
Okay, you should be more cautious about it.
Absolutely.
Okay, good. Well, even teens are in danger of getting type 2 diabetes. Take a look at a few prevention tips. Let's take a look.
Did you know that more teens are developing type 2 diabetes, especially if they're overweight? The good news is you can help your teen lower their chances of getting type 2 diabetes by encouraging them to stay at a healthy weight. Hi, I'm Dr. Griffin Rogers, bringing you Healthy Moments. I'm the director of the National Institute of Diabetes, Digestive, and Kidney Diseases at NIH. One way to help your teens maintain their weight in a healthy range is to help them be more active. Teens should aim for at least 60 minutes of activity each day, like dancing, riding a bike, or shooting hoops. You can also help your teens stay at a healthy weight by making healthy food choices. Encourage them to make half their plate fruits and vegetables, and to drink more water and less regular soda and sweetened fruit drinks.
Those are great tips, Susan. Susan, let's talk about what are the first steps in preventing type 2 diabetes, and the video talked about it as well. You talked about diet. How does losing weight the first step in preventing
Yes,
diabetes?
absolutely. Keeping your weight in a normal range, so you know the BMI, you want to keep your BMI or weight in a normal range. Making sure that you get yearly checkups, so you know where you stand.
What's the normal range for BMI? Sorry.
For BMI is 19 to 24.9, so
Okay.
you want to be somewhere there. But BMI is not a 100% indicator because BMI doesn't take into effect if you have muscle. So, but it does give you a good, well-rounded range. So you want to make sure that you are in a healthy range, and make sure that you're not gaining weight. If you have the type 2 diabetes genetic predisposition, and you're gaining 5 or 10 pounds a year, you definitely will be on your way if you do not make any changes. So you want to make sure that you're keeping that in shape.
And what's the easiest way to keep the weight down?
Reducing your portions.
Reducing the portion size. Okay.
Yes, portion size. Going for the lower glycemic index foods such as fruits, vegetable, beans, whole grains. Limiting your fat. There's a lot of confusion out there about fats and being good for you. There's a lot about ketogenic diets,
Correct.
which I do not agree, because fats, people just think that it's just the carbs they have to watch, but it's also the fats that they have to watch.
Okay, so there's healthy fats, and then there's like unhealthy fats.
Unhealthy fat, but even the healthy fats, you have to watch the portions.
Okay.
Because they have more than double the calories as carbohydrates and protein. Carbohydrates are what fuel us, give us energy, but you want to eat the right carbohydrates. If you're not eating the right type of carbohydrates, that's the one that's going to make you gain weight. But if you're eating whole grains in good portions, that's not going to make you gain weight.
Some examples of that?
So it would be beans, oatmeal, wild rice, quinoa.
Okay, any of these that you just mentioned, do any of these help your metabolism increase to help you?
Absolutely,
burn fat?
because they're high in fiber.
Okay.
Fiber helps to increase your metabolism, so it helps you burn fat faster.
So, and fiber also helps you feel fuller, more
Absolutely.
satiated, so you eat less.
You eat less because it takes up more space.
How about antioxidants? Tell us a little bit about antioxidants.
Antioxidants, again, is filled in fruits, vegetables, whole grains. The reason we talk about antioxidants because normal processes in our body, they create free radicals. And antioxidants go and kind of track those free radicals and they neutralize them.
Okay,
so they
nice.
don't become harmful in our body.
Okay.
So that's the intention of foods in high antioxidants.
Okay. Also, people want to lose weight fast. We're kind of an immediate society. We want to see immediate results. So you'll hear people, oh, I lost 30 pounds in 30 days. What's a good ratio of how much weight you should lose and in what amount of time? Is there
I typically recommend anywhere from half a pound to 2 pounds a week.
half about 2 pounds a week?
Right. So if you're somebody who is like really morbidly obese, they can lose about 2 to 3 pounds a week. But if you're somebody who needs to lose about 10 to 20 pounds, try not to lose very rapidly. Go more for a half a pound to a pound a week because you want to lose them gradually and you don't want to lose muscle and water weight. You want to lose fat.
Okay.
So the more gradual, the better.
So the quicker you lose the weight, you're cannibalizing your muscles in a sense?
Yes, you're sacrificing your muscles
Yes.
because the reason people are losing quick because they're really limiting their carbohydrates. When you eliminate carbohydrate from your diet, the body needs glucose. So what it does, it goes and breaks down muscle.
Okay.
And muscle is very expensive. You don't want to lose your muscle.
So if it doesn't find the glucose, the energy, doesn't it go to the fat to get the energy from the fat?
Fat and muscle,
Fat and muscle.
both of them. Yes.
Equally? 50-50?
Yes.
So-
I mean, nobody knows 50 or 50, but you also are at risk of losing some muscle. You will lose some fat, but you also lose your muscle.
Okay, and included in these foods we're talking about, there's also drinks. A lot of people, they'll have something to drink with their meals. A lot of times, sweet drinks. What can we do to reduce the sweet drinks?
I always recommend do not drink your calories. And don't go for the artificial sweeteners either. Because artificial sweeteners also, there have been studies that they kind of lower your metabolism and they increase your appetite for sweet foods. So artificial sweeteners are not an answer for your sweetened drinks. So best is water or carbonated water.
So that would be your tip. When you have your meal, just drink water or carbonated water. How about those flavored carbonated waters? They'll say 0 calories, 0 this and that, but they have to have something if they have a flavor.
They do have something in them. So I see where my patients stay. If I have somebody who's totally addicted to their sodas, I offer them those carbonated drinks that are flavored. But if I have somebody who's really into health and they don't want to go for something other than water, and they are willing to give up their soda and go for water, water is always the best drink. But the flavored drinks can be a good substitute.
Good. And lastly, what are other ways that we can prevent diabetes with the foods that we eat?
You want to make sure that you're limiting your fried food, processed foods, not going too long without eating during the day, because then it makes you overeat. Try to eat a smaller portion more often.
Also, intermittent fasting, you wouldn't recommend that?
Actually, intermittent fasting is something that's very beneficial for people who are insulin resistant. So that is the only thing that I do recommend.
How do you know if you're insulin resistant?
If you have the propensity to gain weight and you have the genetic disposition for diabetes.
Wow, and great information. Sorry we're out of time, but thank you for coming on the Smartlife in such a busy day.
Thank you, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure.